Okay, so follow me on this. Guilty white liberals give money to blacks because they feel guilty about starting slavery. But they dragged us into this, white Republicans, and somehow made us responsible, which is kind of ridiculous because we didn't start it. The blacks did. They just traded them to us, so it was kind of like an employment agency, really. They supply us with a worker, slave, and we pay them for giving us the willing participant, minus the will and the participation. But the point is, we didn't do it ourselves, and we should be compensated for being portrayed in a false light. Like all those illegals who went to jail for being falsely accused of taking drugs, when the drug test said it was positive, but it was negative, due to the fact that the woman who was running the drug testing machine got it wrong because she said she had a degree and the state thought she was competent enough to do the job but failed, and Massachusetts was being sued by all the falsely accused illegals. But the point I'm making is if they, liberals, feel so guilty about slavery, but how come liberal socialists who believe the same policies Hitler did don't feel guilt for the Jews or the Holocaust? Are all liberals Nazi Muslims? The search is over for the missing VA student. A 32-year-old man was charged, but what you probably didn't know is that a trade was being talked about, being made for the return of her. And the reason I say talked about is because I'm not so sure Gitmo has 5 more deadly terrorists to put up for collateral. Going over the heads of Congress with executive privilege and having things go your way because nobody else wants to stand up to you because they will be deemed racist if they do. You think you're some kind of dictator, don't you, Obama? Well, you're not a dictator, you're a dictator. And Michelle Obama is the dick giver. So if you haven't heard it by now, I'll tell you. A man was arrested after making it in the main gate of the White House. Police said he was confused and didn't know why he was there. He's being questioned by federal authorities. 500 rounds of ammunition was in his car. Don't you get it, Mr. President? People want to kill you. There have been 2 assassination attempts and now this. That's 3 people that want to kill you. Your administration takes our guns and gives them to ISIS. You're not a president. You're a Muslim, anti-American fake and a fraud. The guy who jumped over the fence was a Marine, which makes even more sense because 90% of the military disrespect Obama. By the way, if you want to kill him, I would suggest making a stakeout at Marthas Vineyard. He's always there. Women make up 51% of the population. As far as I know, they're getting pretty sick and tired of Obama because of a CNN statement saying Democrats don't want to be seen with him because he is becoming a drag to women voters. What's this? Has the binder full of women changed hands? It must have because they're turning front to back on Obama. Next stop on the ISIS road truckers is Argentina, because apparently they tried to or succeeded in invading the state. And there was a legal immigrant Indian named Harsh who called in on the Jeff Kuner show today who recognized that ISIS are bad people, in his words, and he wants to stop them. Peter King says all Americans should blindly support Obama. So get out your blindfolds and your lit cigarettes and start puffing, because we all know what's coming next. Disaster. Apparently there were 2 kids who offered an 8-year-old boy $100 to light a napkin on fire. The kids then knocked over something which they thought was water, but it was actually gasoline. My dad asked the questions like, how did young kids like that get $100? How did they get matches? Where were the parents? This is where it gets tricky because we all remember what happened with the last babysitter. Do not trust babysitters. Don't trust daycares because one dead baby led to 14 more kids trapped in the daycare. And the parents can't help but think about anything except work because money is the most important thing nowadays. Not only does money talk, but it does our thinking for us too. And we as a people are taught to do nothing but hate. Like that one story about the 11 and 13-year-old boys who beating an 8-year-old to death. President Obama gesture to Marines dubbed Latte salute. When President Obama stepped off Marine One at the Wall Street landing zone in New York City en route to the United Nations, he saluted 2 Marines at the bottom of the stairs as he held a cup of coffee in the same hand. The unusual gesture appeared in an Instagram video posted by the White House on social media. Obama is also wearing sunglasses as he arrived, with the First Lady not far behind. The video drew ridicule from some Instagram users who saw the unorthodox salute as unpresidential. In other news, victim's girlfriend testifies in court over coffee poisoning case. Wouldn't it be cool if those two got reversed and Obama got the poisoned coffee? If only. How many of you have seen the preview for the new show, How to Get Away with Murder, about a defense attorney who just, quote, did her job? Does that remind you of anything? If it doesn't, let me tell you. The show is based off of Hillary Clinton getting that rapist off with just a plea charge, and if you recall, she laughed about it. I know just one person, but I call a boycott to that show. Don't watch it.